British UCI national level cyclocross is dead, and this chopper's going to put his 2 pence in to how we can make it better, save it. Why can't British cyclocross be as good as what they have in Belgium, as good as what they have? It's probably better in the States. We can do better, and British cycling can definitely do better. Now, I've wanted to make this video for a while. There was a meeting after round 3 of the nationals based on trying to make cyclocross a better sport, blah blah blah. I couldn't make it because I found out on the day, and it was at like 9 at night in Derby. Your man's got to get to bed. But I want to give my 2 pence and hopefully use my channel to spark a conversation in the comments, what other people think, and I just think it would be a really good way to engage with you guys on how we can make cross great, because I absolutely love cross and I want to get other people into it, and I think British cycling can seriously make it great if they get behind it. Firstly, we need to get eyeballs on the sport. We need to create content. Now, I know British Cycling go there and they've got videographers at the side of the course creating like the bougie clips, and they look great. But we need personalities in the sport. I want to see long form videos. Get one of your videographers to go and follow Thomas Main, Toby Barnes, all these top riders, and it's all good and well having these bougie little clips, but at the end of the day, what brings people into sport, what gets people excited about sports? Personalities and rivalries. That's why it works in Belgium. Why do people love Cameron Mason? Because they've seen his personality on YouTube. It's not just seeing him shoot past the screen at 100 miles an hour, and people fall in love with a personality. People cheer me on at the cross races. I'm a chopper at the mid-pack and I'll probably get as good a cheers as the guys at the front, and it's because they buy into personalities. What we need to utilise is personalities. Get your cameramen, invest some money and do like a road to the national series on your YouTube channel. You've got like 30,000 plus subscribers that you could be getting this content out to, getting people to fall in love with the riders, and just let's find out what Thomas Main, Toby Barnes, Callum Laborde, these guys that are getting on the podium, what are they doing to be that good? Go and do a day's training with them, get the insights, try and build some personality so that these younger riders that are looking up to them are falling in love and finding someone that they want to go and cheer on at a race. Like seeing them zoom past a bougie little camera video just isn't good enough. Now, I don't want to completely slag off their content because it does look amazing. They have done some really good stuff recently they've done a little Beyond the Bike, I think it was called, with Ollie Akers. That was wicked. And they've also done like a little interview with Cat Ferguson and Imogen Wolf, and they need to build on stuff like that. The Cat Ferguson Imogen Wolf thing, create like a little rivalry thing, like make a little series. How's Imogen going to try and defend her title? How's Cat Ferguson going to try and beat her this year? That's the stuff I want to see. I want to see how these guys and girls are so good, and like find out more about them, what drives them to train all the time. And I really think we'll be able to become more fans of certain athletes if we knew more about them, and people get behind personalities. And secondly, rivalries. We want to see, like out in Belgium, there's the rivalries, there's the Trek team, and they're battling against each other, going to the death to try and beat each other. It's always going to be tough because there's a few riders in the UK that are obviously like a step above everyone else. We've got like Thomas Main going away off the front of the races, but we need to try and get the top riders to the national series, I think, to get eyeballs on the sport, to get the kids watching the sport and seeing their favourite riders out there. Like, we need to find a way of getting Cameron Mason, Joe Blackmore, where are you at? To commit to doing these cross races, to doing the full series. I don't know, maybe British Cycling have got to say, if you commit to doing the full 5 races of the series, we will cover the costs for you. Yes, they'll have to put some money out, but at the end of the day, Shell have just invested a load of sponsored British Cycling and probably put X millions in. I don't know the figures, someone can tell me in the comments below. I'm sure we could cover the costs of getting the top riders there. So we've got battles, we've got rivalries, and to keep it entertaining, get it exciting at the front. Sometimes the most exciting bit of the race is the battle for like 40th and 50th because it's close together. We don't want to see someone ride off the front. I don't want to. I want to see someone get involved, and I want to see the battles like we see out in Belgium, and we need to find a way to get the best riders to come and do our series. Is there a way to pull these riders in, the good mountain bikers, some of the top road riders, to get them to do cross and build a buzz and hopefully get some fans there and some eyes on the sport? Which brings me to number 3. To get more eyes on the sport, we need better coverage. Now, for the national championships, they get GCN, Eurosports, it's all covered on there. And I know they've been trying to do it in cyclocross, but unless I'm a complete cyber surfer, I cannot find on my computer how to even find that live stream of the race. And I think my dad mentioned to me, they've got the live stream. Yes, they're trying to do something which is wicked. It's better than nothing. But let's try and, I don't know, how much do you cost Ian Fields to do the commentary on it? Get someone commentating on it. It's not as exciting just watching the race. I've like watched races in silence when I'm on the turbo before, and it puts me to sleep. I need the commentary. I need Ian Fields' boring waffle to keep me excited. I'm joking, Ian, if you do ever watch this. It is entertaining. And that's what I need, and we need that at British cycling level. They've got it out in Belgium. The more eyeballs we get on the sport, the more people that are going to turn up to watch, and not just watch, to try a race, to go to their local league, and also the guys will step up. Now, that brings me on to the bloody 80% rule. Now, I wish it was done away with. If we got the top riders over here, if Joe Blackmore, Cameron Mason, Thomas Main, Toby Barnes, all of those guys were lining up and they were battling at the front and I was going to get in their way, yes, 80% me. Like they do in Belgium, they're battling at the front, 80% me. But Thomas Main can quite easily go round me. We saw that at the Hope Series, Cameron Mason, there was gaps. The track's 2 metres wide. Let everyone get a race. There's plenty of room for Thomas Main to go past me, and I'm happy to move out the way. I will accept getting 80%ed if British Cycling put the funding in to get the top riders there, to get more eyeballs on the sport. And if you're not going to get the best riders in the sport there, let everyone get a full race. Stop with the 80% in. Or create a local legends race. Like something where riders that aren't wanting to jump into the UCI races can turn up and still get to race on a good course, which will allow more entries for more funding for the event. Because if you're just taking me off to let one guy go past, it is expensive. For example, for me at Torbay, it is £33 to enter. If I get a 40-minute race, that's almost £1 a minute. I better not tell the wife that, she'll be fuming. Next up, we need to build more hype around the weekend, to get people knowing that we're there, to get the fans coming to watching, to try and build an atmosphere. When I went to Belgium, yeah, I got my backside handed to me. I shouldn't have been there. I am a chopper for going, but it was amazing. The fans are going nuts at you. I was crashing off my bike going over my handlebars at Mole in the sandpit, and they were going nuts. We don't have that in the UK. We need to get people to the sport, build some stuff around it, post it on socials, get one of the top riders out doing a practice lap on a Friday. We went and walked the course on a Friday. The comms were looking at me as if like, oh, it's that chopper with the camera again. What's he doing on the course? No, it should be, come on, make a video, get it out there, show people the course, show them the exciting stuff that could happen over the weekend. So we try and maybe get some people there. People need to know what is going on. Next up, I'm going to put it in there, it's going to be the schedule. People are probably going to be like, it's the schedule that's ruining it, but I don't think it is. Someone has to go last race of the day, and not being selfish to myself, but to make cyclocross a better sport, we cannot put the best riders in the country the last race of the day. We want to give the under 16s, the under 14s a chance to see the Cameron Masons, the Thomas Mains, the Callum Labors, Toby Barnes, Dan Barnes. We want to get them to be able to witness those guys racing. It's no good having that race, the final race of the day, everyone's gone home. I know it sucks for the vets getting that. I've had it the last year when I went and done them. There was no atmosphere, everyone's gone home. Yes, you get the worst conditions, but it's not about that sometimes. It's about trying to get more people into cross, getting more fans there. If we get more fans there, we can then get better sponsors, and that is what we need to do. We need to keep the senior races, the UCI races, at a time where more people can make it, the kids can see it, to get involved and start really getting excited about it. Lastly, we need better sponsorship in cyclocross, not just for the riders, for the events. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's not that easy, but how we get that is implementing the things I've spoken about. Create these series, get more fans there. As soon as you start getting fans there, getting coverage, people want to sponsor it. It's as simple as that. If there's no eyeballs on it, why on earth would anyone want to step up and help sponsor an event that might get a little clip of them on British Cycling's Instagram at the back while Thomas Main comes shooting past? We need to get sponsors on to try and entice the good riders in, better prize funds, and it might even entice some of the riders over from Belgium. Like the riders that are like 20th in Belgium are unbelievable riders. Like better prize money, stuff like that might entice some of them in to do our series, but we need to get eyeballs on the sport. I hope you've enjoyed a bit of the George rant, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. Comment down below, how can we make cyclocross better? How can we make it more exciting, get more fans in, get more people racing? Let me know in the comments down below. And it kills me to give British Cycling these ideas. Get a cameraman out there. Do a day in the life of Thomas Main. I used to do CrossFit before this, and they've done it with like a road to the CrossFit Games. Let's do that with the National Cyclocross Championships. Get like a road to, go to the top riders. Thomas Main, how are you going to try and beat Cameron Mason to get your jersey back? Cameron Mason, how are you going to try and defend your jersey next year? And then the boys below that, Toby, Jensen, Callum and all that, ask them, how are you looking to shut the gap and maybe take your first ever national title? These are the things we want to know and will get people excited. I hope you've enjoyed this little rant, because I want to do more of these. This is like a little insight into Georgie Boy's brain, what's going through my head when I'm training and doing zone 2 rides and stuff. This is it, and I want to make more of these videos, build like some communication between you guys, and see if hopefully British Cycling probably never see this, probably not do anything, but let's try and get them to do something, step up, make content, get cross exciting and get people in the sport racing.